it is lovely to see you, beauty. This is a video of my Ayurvedic inspired morning routine, and this is to help create balance, reset your biological clock, help digestion, absorption, assimilation, self-esteem, and basically helping to promote health and happiness, which is what we are wanting to do for these 3 days. This is what it's all about. So full transparency, I don't always do this every morning, but in a perfect world, this is what I would inspire to do. However, during the cleanse, we are wanting to do as much as we can of this routine, and I like to be really intentional and do each activity fully. It's one of those things that you're not going to regret once you do it. And I know some of you have children, so meditating for 15 minutes might be a bit too big of an ask. So you can do 5 as well, that's amazing, or do 1, or whatever feels right for you and works for your unique situation, just do that. And of course, please share with the group and me if you have any rituals that make your morning special and help you start your day in a mindful, amazing way. Okay, let's get started. So wake up early in the morning. We are going to be waking up before the sun rises. And this is when the world is still quiet and zen. And if any of you guys have done a Vipassana retreat, it's a 4 a.m. wake up time. So compared to that, this is a sleep in, right? but again, listen to your body and do what's nourishing for you. And if it's getting up at 4, awesome. If it's getting up later, that's good too. Just really listen to your intuition. We're not wanting to sabotage or do something unhealthy as well. So this is where it's really important to listen to, is my mind trying to make excuses, or am I really, this is my truth and it's not going to serve me to get up at that time? Because there's always that little voice that's inside of our minds that can try to sabotage us. I know that voice very well, so just be mindful and again, do what feels right for you. But hopefully you are going to be waking up about an hour or 2 hours before sunrise. Just remember the slight difficulty that you face initially can bring a healthier, peaceful, happy future for you. So we got that out of the way, get up before sunrise. But before you get out of bed, while you are still laying in bed, you can look at your hands for a few moments. This is to help connect you back into your body. And after your spirit has been in the dream world, you could rub your hands together softly to create energy and help activate the chi in them. And then you move them over your face. You can do that a few times and then move them over your body and then your chest, your arms. And that just helps you get grounded and back into your body. Dream journal. So you can take a few moments to recall your dreams, write them down on a dream journal or in your phone notes. And you can come back to them later to get messages or to dive deeper if you like with this. This is just to get them out while they're still fresh in your mind. And it's not always exactly about what happens. It's more about how did this make you feel? And there could be some insights there for you or reflections or messages. Say a prayer before leaving your bed. So say something with gratitude, positive wishes for the day, and this really can help inspire to be operating from your highest truth with integrity and kindness. And you can make up your own, and here's roughly one that I say. You can say this out loud or you can say it inside your mind. So thank you for this day. I am so grateful for the life force energy inside me. This is the same energy inside every being, big and small, the mountains, the trees. And I will do my best to do no harm to anything, to anyone today, including myself. Thank you, Spirit, for protecting me today for this beautiful day before me. I am healing, I am healed. Thank you, Spirit, for guiding my actions, my speech, my thoughts in a way that my future self would be proud of, to bring myself to the highest version of myself. And then you just feel yourself sending out joy, love, passion. I send this out to all those around me on this day and to myself. And after that, you can touch the ground with your right hand. And this is an Ayurvedic way of grounding before you get out of bed. I like to touch a crystal, and you can touch the crystal that you're working with, and this feels more to me connected to the earth rather than touching the floor. I mean, unless you're living in the forest floor, you're probably not touching the earth, you're probably touching carpet or engineered wood. But the crystal is the earth and totally grounding and a direct connection to the earth. So that's what I like to do. And the crystal that I work with for the cleanse is always close to me. So you can keep yours on your nightstand or under your pillow. So touch your crystal with your right hand, and with that same hand, you can touch your third eye, your forehead, and then you can touch your heart, and with great love and respect, really breathe that feeling in of Mother Earth just blessing you and getting that medicine from the earth, and feel that moving through you. Next is clean your face, mouth, and eyes. So splash some lukewarm water over your face and rinse out your mouth, and then you can gently massage your eyelids by rubbing them, blinking your eyes about 7 times, rotating your eyes in all directions, and then you can dry your face with a clean towel. And I have some beautiful essential rose essential oil in some distilled water in a gentle mister, and then you can spray this on your face. And this is one of my favorite parts of the morning. It's just so refreshing, and the smell is just so heavenly. And then you can drink a little bit of water. Drink perhaps half a glass of water, room temperature, preferably from a copper-filled cup. And you could fill it up a night before, and I'd like to put crystals around it. I like to put crystals around everything, but to supercharge the water, you can do that. And I love Dr. Emoto's work, water and with intention and energy, and how that changes the molecular structure of it. It's fascinating. So when you're pouring the water into the glass, it's really focusing love and positivity into the water. And this helps to flush out the GI tract, flushes the kidneys, and it's a really great way to start the day versus having like a coffee or tea, which is stressful for the adrenals and kidneys. So during the cleanse, you don't always have to have the water if you don't feel called to. You could have your celery juice as your first drink, and you're going to be making this for 3 days ahead of time. And you can do the same thing that you would to the water. So you could put the crystals around inside your fridge, and when you're pouring the celery juice into the glass jars, you can be sending love and light, and just really infusing that with the juice. So let's talk about an uncomfortable subject. Well, not really uncomfortable, but it's going number 2. And it's something that is really important to touch on, and I wouldn't be doing you guys justice if I skipped over this, because really you are as healthy as your colon. So having a healthy bowel movement and routine is really indicative of health. So if you don't go for 1, 2, 3, 4 days, or if you go 7, 8, 9, 10 times a day, those are both two extremes and letting you know that something is very much out of balance. So please try to get into the habit of going to the bathroom in the morning at a regular time. In Ayurveda, vata is constipation, and stools can be hard or dry. They can look like small groups of hard stools. Kapha is constipation as well, but this is more like not being able to go for days and days and days. And pitta is diarrhea. Now, this is a step that I am very passionate about. It's oral care. And the reason why I'm so passionate about this is because a few years ago I was told by a dentist that I would have to get a gum graft, and that freaked me out, and I got really serious about my oral health, and I made a commitment to really trying to turn around my oral health in a natural way. So I followed strictly an Ayurvedic oral care routine. I got my diet and under control and regrew my gums in 6 months, avoiding a very painful surgery. And through that process, I developed a line of oral care products called Green Groovy. So you can go to my website and check it out if you would like to. There are 3 steps: brushing your teeth, tongue scraping, and oil pulling. And in the evening, of course, always floss. And even during the juice cleanse, I do this because bits of fiber can sneak through and get stuck in between your teeth. So you should definitely do this flossing in the evening, even though you're not eating. You're brushing your teeth, always use a soft toothbrush, all natural toothpaste or powder. If it has neem in it, that's amazing. That's a really good herb to have for your oral care. Scrape your tongue. So this is a really neat little device. It's so genius. You gently scrape your tongue from the back forward until you scrape the surface about 4 to 14 strokes. And if you have a bit of a gag reflex, then just start from the middle, and then you'll figure it out. But just be mindful that don't go all the way back. You could gag. But this helps to stimulate your internal organs, helps digestion, it removes dead bacteria, you're going to taste better. There's so many positive things that this does. Freshens the breath, everything. So be sure to do that in the morning and again in the evening. And next is oil pulling, and this is to strengthen your teeth, your gums, your jaw. And I like to use organic sesame oil and add some different things like clove, peppermint, cinnamon. You can kind of make it supercharged, and you hold it in your mouth, swish it around, and then spit it out. And you are holding it in your mouth and swishing it kind of like you would mouthwash for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever you feel that you can do. Best is to do it for 10. And if you are not using sesame oil, if you decide to use coconut oil, and that's another popular one that people use, then just be mindful not to spit it in the sink because it could clog your... So next is self-massage. So if possible, you could try to do if possible, do this for at least 10 minutes. And you can do this for 15 or longer, however long you like to. Oh, Hannah's coming here to say hi. Hi. Oh, sorry. Next is the self-oil massage. And if possible, spend at least 10 minutes doing this. Let that sit, and you can let that sit for about 15 minutes or longer while you're doing your meditation. So with the oil massage, you start at your scalp and then go all the way down to your toes. And some days I skip putting oil on my head as I don't wash my hair every day. But during the 3 days of the cleanse, I would recommend just going full out. Just do it all. And a scalp massage is really helpful for stimulating new hair growth. Also for scalp conditions. So if you have thinning hair or dandruff or anything like that, you want to grow your hair longer, scalp massage, so good. You can warm the oil up. You can do this on your stove, or I often use my little milk frother that warms it up as well. I would avoid using the microwave. They kind of scare me with all the radiation and all of that. So when you're going to do your massage over your body, you start with your head, going down, you can massage your face. This is really good for lymphatic drainage, moving down, and you're always going to be moving towards your heart. So any direction, you're bringing all the energy to your heart. And depending on which dosha you are, you can adjust the oil to help bring balance to your body. Use essential oils as well. That makes it feel extra amazing. Just be mindful that the oil that you are using is not photosensitive. So if you're using something like bergamot or lemon, this could make your skin a little bit sensitive. Having said that, I do use bergamot on my skin all the time, but just be mindful of that. So during the time that you are allowing the oil to soak into your skin, this is when you can do your meditation in whatever style that speaks to you. And there's a few different ways, and you can alternate these or just stick with one that speaks with you. Or you could do sound meditation, pranayama. You could put on a guided meditation from a YouTube video, or my absolute favorite is plant meditation, prana exchange, called Bagua. And I'll go over this in more detail in the course book, so you can refer back to that. But pranayama is breathing exercises. So if you want to do this one, you could sit quietly and do some deep breathing exercises. So depending again on which dosha you are, and there is a quiz in the Facebook group, so you can find that out, or if you already know it, then that's great too. So once you find out your dosha, for vata, it's alternate nostril breathing. For pitta, it's cooling breaths. And for kapha, it's breath of fire. And I'll go over these 3 different styles and how to do them really briefly. So let's start with vata. So this is alternate nostril breathing. So you focus on your breath, keep your breath slow and smooth and continuous, and focusing on your breath will help you remember where you are in the cycle. So you should be able to breathe through the whole practice really easily. Practice alternate nostril breathing. You can sit in a comfortable position. Place your left hand on your left knee. I'm going to switch Hannah. She wants to join me. So, and then your right hand up to your nose. And then you exhale completely, and then you use your right thumb to close your right nose. And then inhale through your left nostril, and then close your left nostril with your fingers. And then open the right nostril and exhale through the side. And then inhale back through the right, close the right, and then open the left, and exhale through the left. So that's one cycle, and you can keep doing that for for 5-10 minutes, however long you feel called to. And this one is for Pitta. This is cooling breaths. So you can curl your tongue to touch the roof of your mouth, and this really helps Pitta with the qualities of excess heat, sharpness, oiliness, irritation, intensity. So you practice this by inhaling through a curled tongue and exhaling through the nose. And during each exhalation, slightly touch the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth, really inviting in that cool air over the tongue and sending that coolness towards the upper palate. And you can swallow now and then if your throat feels dry, but again, continue the cycle for 5-10 minutes or until you feel like you're done. And if you're unable to curl your tongue up, then you can practice a variation where you inhale through your teeth with your lips slightly parted and your tongue just floating behind your teeth. Now this one is for Kapha, and this is breath of fire, really short, fast breaths. You can do this anytime you need energy as well during your day. So deep breaths in and out from your nose, and with each exhale, expand your belly as fully as you can as you breathe in, and then you exhale forcibly through your nose, and then following by inhaling forcibly at a rate of like 1 per second. So you're doing this really fast and making sure that the breath is coming from your diaphragm, keeping your head, your neck, your shoulders, and chest still while your belly moves in and out. So bathing. After you have given yourself an amazing massage, you've let the oils sink in, you've done your meditation, now it's time to rinse off. And I love taking a bath with Epsom salts, essential oils, and for those of you that know me, you know I'm a little obsessed with baths, and I have 2 most days. So I really enjoy having a warm, almost hot bath, and you can bring your books and try to use a real book, not looking on your phone. And it really is just like a recharge in that moment. And often in the bath, I will take my face scrubber, like a Clarisonic or one of those that helps circulation for the skin. And then after you take your bath, you can have a cold shower, as cold as you can stand it. And a little secret that I love doing is sitting in the bathtub, like with the hot water, and then putting my head under the faucet with very, very cold water. So it's so nice because you have the contrast between the hot and the cold on your head. So that's a little insight to something that I do. But of course, just do whatever you feel called to. It's really good to do hot and cold exposure as well. Wim Hof is one of my, love him, and he talks all about the healing benefits of cold exposure. So if you could do a cold shower or bath or ice bath or whatever that looks like for you, even just turning it on cold for a second. Though in terms of products, I would encourage you all to use vegan products and as natural as you can find them without artificial scents and parabens and all that stuff. And I would say the same thing about perfumes or colognes. So stay away, especially during this cleanse, from synthetic scents. Instead, opt for essential oils that are actually healing and have very beautiful qualities that bring your body vitality. And you could use the essential oil that you choose to work with as well, and you can place a few drops on your pulse points or mix them into a carrier oil and use that as a moisturizer. So dressing. So now you can put on the clothes that you're gonna wear for the day and wear fresh, clean clothes that you love and feel beautiful in. This isn't about objectifying yourself, it's about self-love, honoring your body, and I would encourage clothes that are not too tight or constricting. They feel comfortable and in a color that brings you joy or calm. And there's color symbolism, so if you want to dive deeper into this, you can take a look at the page in the book that talks about chakras, and you can find colors that can support the chakra that you are working on. Exercise. So next is some form of exercise. You could go for a light run, a little hike, a bike ride, yoga, anything to get your body moving and improving circulation, your strength, your endurance. One of my favorite forms of getting a little bit of exercise in my morning is jumping on my rebounder. And this is really good for getting the lymph system moving, and it's really fun. Next, it's time for your breakfast. So it's time to break your fast from the night before, and we're gonna be having celery juice, and we're gonna be having this for the 3 days in the morning. And it's really beneficial to have celery juice as the first thing, and celery juice alone. And if you haven't heard of the author Anthony Williams, the medical medium, and want to dive in deeper into the world of gut healing with celery juice, please do. He's incredible. I have all of his books. But basically, having celery juice first thing can help with absorbing the nutrients for the whole day, and it also helps with the enzymes, and celery juice actually raises the hydrochloric acid in your stomach, which is responsible for digestion. It is one of the best things that you can do for your body to help heal gut health. This is for mood, for skin, for everything. So without our gut, I mean, it produces over 80% of the serotonin, and it's huge. So it's so foundational in supporting mood. Okay, beauty, I hope you enjoyed this morning's Ayurvedic inspired video. Be sure to check out the evening video during the afternoon to set yourself up for the evening and the Ayurvedic inspired routine that I will share with you there. Have such a beautiful rest of your day.